We chat with Director of Growth Management Joanne Miller-Buntich and have a surprise video for you at the end of our show today. On this episode of Barnstable Today, it is Wednesday, May 11th, 2016. I'm Sarah Mannel. Channel 18's Sarah Colvin sits down with Joanne Miller-Buntich, the Director of Growth Management, to talk a little bit about some upcoming meetings.
Good morning, everyone. You're watching Barnstable this morning. I'm Sarah Colvin, and joining me in studio, I welcome our Director of Growth Management, Joanne Miller-Buntich. Joanne, good morning.
Good morning, Sarah.
How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Sun's finally coming out. It's all good.
It might be spring. It might be spring, middle of May. It might be spring,
Maybe.
right?
Exactly.
We'll take it.
Exactly.
So I just came from a meeting. I thought I'd share a little bit about, what we do here all day long. There's a large group of people just at a meeting to talk about finding parking for the tour buses. So the tour buses come to Hyannis and Cape Cod in general April, May, June, and then again in September and October. Really important part of our economy, bring lots of people here to eat in restaurants, buy in shops, stay in accommodations, and see, what we have to offer in terms of culture. They stop at the Kennedy Museum, they go down to the memorial, they go all over the place. So we need to find a really more organized way to help them park the buses, both on a short-term basis when somebody's just on Main Street for a little while, and for those who might be here for a whole day. So there was a large group of people, and this is how we do it. I love this. You have the chief of police, you have the fire department. Whoops, I'm going the wrong way. You have the director of regulatory services, you have the director of public works, you have Patty Lloyd, who's the bus expert from the Cape Cod Chamber. We have Elizabeth Worthbane from the BID. We have the Hyannis Civic Association. We have the Hyannis Area Chamber. So you can get all those people around the table and talk about the issues. This is the very first discussion, and as you can maybe see, the map is all marked up, and we'll make notes, and we'll go on to find some solutions from there.
And I love this really tangible planning process, and you and growth management do this a lot, whether it's with the bikeways planning or with parking planning or something like this, bus planning. I think it's a great way to really kind of take a look. This is a map of Hyannis, if people couldn't tell, and really kind of say, okay, well, this is where the buses usually park, and what if they were over here, and here's where they cause a problem, and so you can kind of all gather around this big map, and play with it.
We find it really helps people to focus the discussion, and when they're looking at the physical attributes of the built environment, so the buildings, the parking lots, the roads, and how you get from here to there, really assists people in coming up with their very best ideas on something. So
absolutely,
it's fun, and we love it.
And so really, this is a great kind of a peer into the process, because you haven't made any decisions yet. This is really, okay, here's what's come out of this. So were there any ideas, anything obviously interesting things come out of the meeting, but any particular ideas?
Yeah, just some, nothing that really is on the books yet, but what we're trying to do is maybe find some really short-term solution. It's already halfway into the season now, but can we find something to do within a couple of weeks that will help June? Certainly we'll be working on something that will help in September and October. And as a segue, we've also asked our parking consultants to take a look at this issue long term. It's typical in a resort community. We just talked this morning at this meeting about Portland, Maine, who's dealt with this very successfully. So, it's just another aspect, along with the marine transportation, of our being a resort community, that we have to accommodate. And it's all of those components are important to the business climate here. So we want to be as friendly to the business climate as we possibly can, and help them grow and thrive. So speaking of the parking consultant, I just want to remind everybody that our open house is happening. Try not to make too much noise with that map. On next Monday, May 16th, right upstairs in the hearing room at Town Hall. And from 4 to 8 p.m. at night, you'll have the opportunity to come and look at the work and talk about things and say, I like this, I don't like that, or have you thought about this? There'll be a presentation at 6 o'clock for people who like things to be more focused, but there's going to be maps to draw on, there'll be cars to drive around on maps, there'll be food, and just a lot of opportunity to interact and talk and have everybody share their ideas together. For anybody who can't make it, we still have the survey up, and people have been very generous with their time. The survey takes about 5 minutes, and it's on SurveyMonkey, and if you just look for Hyannis parking on SurveyMonkey, you'll find the survey, and it's really very, very helpful to us to have people participate that way.
Absolutely, and I believe there's a link to that survey on the town's website as well,
the
growth management page.
There is. If you go to the growth management page, we have a parking page, and the survey link it's a live link, so you can just click right in and go to town.
Great, and again, the open house, you're going to, as you said, you'll have the map, you'll have markers, you'll have little cars you can drive around. So it really, that sounds like fun.
Yeah. Oh, we want it to be fun.
Excellent.
We want it to be fun. I mean, it's helps people to really bring out their ideas, and there's no boundaries. Whatever your idea is, it's going to be accepted and taken into the mix, and nobody's going to say, "Oh, that's a terrible idea." No,
Right.
That's not where we are. We're not there yet. So we're trying to gather as much information as we can, hearing from the community. We need that community support in this, and so just trying to hear and listen to the community, what their issues are, what ideas they might have for solutions. The more people we have participate in the process always makes a better product.
Sure, and then later in the month we'll be doing a similar thing with housing, the housing production plan,
Yes.
of course, another major issue really
Yeah.
across Cape Cod.
The week after that, on May 24th, in the hearing room, this meeting will start at 6, a little bit more of a structured approach because we're at a different phase in this. So we did the housing needs assessment. We finished that last December, which was just an analysis of here's who lives here, here's what the housing costs, and these are the types of housing, and so here's the gaps, these are the needs. And now we're working on the housing production plan, which says, well, what do you need to do to produce the type of housing that your needs assessment says is most needed? And so we're going to be looking at this juncture to start drafting and developing goals, and we want to hear what people have to say about those, and our consultant, Jennifer Goldson, from Goldson Associates, will be here to lead the group through that. So again, we really appreciate your participation. You can also, there's a housing production plan webpage as well, so feel free to go there and take a look at what we've got, and we'll be moving forward. We'll also be going out to the villages to talk about housing. We're going to visit Centerville and Katuitt, and we'll later on, I think, get to Hyannis and some of the other ones. We're trying to get them all in line. Now we've spoken to Marston's Mills, so just trying to get an opportunity to just have as many people give us share ideas as possible.
Fantastic. Well, again, that's on the 24th in Town Hall at the hearing room at 6.
Yes.
Great. Well, Joanne, thank you so much. I always love when you bring show and tell here to us on Barnstable this morning, and we will we'll see you at the parking meeting and here again on BTM very soon.
Terrific.
Thank you so much. Joanne Miller-Buntich is our Director of Growth Management for Barnstable this morning. I'm Sarah Colvin.
And now we have a special treat for you today. Our fabulous videographer and producer and director, Sarah Beal, shot wonderful video out at the Marston's Mills airfield. We're going to share that with you now to end the show.